just moments ago, and it signaled the start of Sweet 16, Sternwheel Regatta, 16 years. Event number one, a big parade brought to you by WPBY and Capital Cablevision, the co-sponsors for this big affair that always starts it off each year. A big parade marshal this year also. Goofy is here, and he'll be leading the parade. 1.5 million people are expected to attend this regatta. That's quite a difference from the one-day event and 4 boats that signaled the regatta some 16 years ago. It is now a major United States festival. For a little background on this parade and what's going to happen, let's go to Sarah Yohe. Sarah?
Hi, Charlie. Welcome back once again.
3rd year in a row.
That's right. We're going to be old pros. I want to mention a few folks that have really helped with this parade because it does kick off the regatta. Al Fry has organized all the bands, and Roy Brewer has helped with all the floats. The judges today will be Charles Yago of Athens, Ohio, Mike Roberts of Morgantown, and Jackie Caudill of Huntington. And they'll be judging all of these young folks out here from high schools and junior highs and the big one, the Marshall Band at the end. So they'll be judging them later in the festival.
It's amazing to see how this parade has grown. We were talking about it just before airtime when the first parade occurred. Anything that would roll was put on the street.
And we know it was like the garbage trucks. No, literally. It was. The vehicles from the city's garage were worked in.
And now just look at the crowd that's on the street to see these floats and big balloons that are going to be present in this parade. Very similar to the, or actually balloons that did appear, do appear in parades like the Macy's parade each year in New York City.
You know, Charlie, it's really exciting to see this many people out, and it's kind of significant of what the whole year is going to be for the regatta, the whole week.
Let's go to April Robertson, who's going to join us today from the street, talking with a number of people that are active in the parade. April?
Locally, WPBY Channel 33 carries the program Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood for preschool children. Here representing the neighborhood today is David Newell, who plays Mr. McFeely on the program. Welcome to Charleston.
Thank you, April. It's good to be here. Speedy delivery to you.
Can you tell me a little bit about your character on the program?
Well, Mr. McFeely is the speedy delivery man in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and I usually go around to different cities like Charleston here to represent the program. And so here I am, and glad to be here and glad to be part of this great parade. I hear it's quite a tradition here in Charleston, right?
This is the 16th annual, and we're real proud of the parade and the Sternwheel Regatta Festival. Listen, you told me earlier that you've been with the program for just about 20 years.
That's right, 20 years. I started in 1968 as Mr. McFeely and still going strong.
What are some of the things that you actually do on the program as Mr. McFeely?
Well, I do everything from delivering an armadillo one day to Mr. Rogers to rowing a kayak to so many different things that you have to see the program to really understand all the different facets. But Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is basically for preschool children. It's very slowly paced, but Mr. McFeely's character is always in a hurry, just bustling about. So it's a nice contrast to Mr. Rogers' personality. So it's been a wonderful 20 years, and I enjoy every minute of it, especially coming down and meeting people who watch the program and then meeting them in the parade. I think they're giving us a wind-up. We have to get it going with the parade here. I'm riding on a trolley float, they tell me, with the Purple Panda. So look for Purple Panda, Mr. McFeely, and wave to us.
Yes, Mr. McFeely will be on the KRT trolley along with the Purple Panda, as he mentioned. And Mr. McFeely's visit is sponsored by Charleston Town Center and KRT. And he can be seen, of course, locally on Channel 33 WPBY at 4:30 weekdays.
Thank you, April, and Mr. McFeely. We'll look forward to seeing Mr. McFeely in the parade.
That's right.
Let's talk a little bit, April, Sarah, I should say, about some of the things that are going to take place today following this parade. At 1 o'clock, we've got the mini Grand Prix power boat races on the levee, sponsored by the Great Canal River Navy and Central Distributing Company. At 1 o'clock, a Taste of Charleston returns to the regatta, and that's sponsored by Magnet Bank, V100, and WCAW. The hot air balloon race at 5:30 this evening. 9 o'clock, the concert Tops in Blue. I should say that Eastman Kodak is involved in that hot air balloon race.
That's right.
At 9 o'clock concert, Tops in Blue, U.S. Air Force Band at the levee, and the Festival Commission is sponsoring that. And then at 10:30, the Lone Star Laser Show, which promises to be a real beaut.
Well, Charlie, I'll tell you, the lasers have come a long way. I understand they were testing them last night, and so if anyone up in South Hills is wondering what those green lights coming in their windows were, I think they had trouble bouncing them off some folks' houses. So.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Brent Archer was telling me, who has contributed greatly to the material that we're reading here today.
One of our script writers,
yeah. Transmission, one of our script writers. Was telling me that he saw that last night. You can't see it on the screen now, but near the boulevard is a giant scaffolding and screen, which is the major part of the laser show, and then it bounces off mirrors around the levee area, and Brent told me that some of the lasers appear to go as far as South Charleston.
It's going to be amazing. There's a shot now of that stage area, and
the laser show is being sponsored by Charleston Area Medical Center as a gift to the community, and Jack Canfield, Vice President of Corporate Development at CAMC, says it's to thank the people of Charleston for helping make CAMC one of the nation's finest medical centers.
That's right.
Let's go once again to April Robertson, who has a very important person who is participating in this parade. April?
I'm here with Steve Williams, Regional Vice President of Russell, Ray & Zappala, an investment banking firm here in Charleston. Steve's firm has helped to underwrite part of the telecasting of the parade today. Steve, good morning.
How are you doing, April?
Just fine, thanks. Tell me, why did Russell, Ray & Zappala decide to get involved in the parade in this way?
Well, you know, the regatta involves the business community from point one, and for that matter, I'm sure that's what's helped add to the success over the years and to the regatta. That the regatta is recognized as a statewide type of an affair, and we do business all over the state trying to help communities and corporations meet some of their financial projects. But primarily what we felt that would be good for us to be involved with it is that this is just another way of being able to be involved in the community. And being involved is definitely, through projects of this nature, we can actually step forward and take an active role in a different way than what we normally would. And we're real pleased to be able to be a part of this program.
Well, Russell, Ray & Zappala helps communities all over the state, and this is just one more way then.
Oh, sure. We help in counties, cities, structure their financial needs and things like that.
All right. Thank you very much for being with us, Steve.
Thanks.
And we'll go back to Charlie and Sarah now.
Thank you, April. We talked about the Tops and Blue concert tonight at 9 o'clock on the levee. Sarah, let's run down a little bit of the entertainment that's going to take place throughout the week. This is a very important part of this festival. The entertainment has grown year by year by year. Big names this year.
Yeah, it's not just, it used to be they had the big concerts on the final weekend, and that was about it. And now, every night is a big night. There is no small concert.
Something like 80,000 to 100,000, and now I'm told by Bill Rice, who's in charge of the land activities for the festival, that 200,000 people may actually witness the Beach Boys on Saturday night.
Well, I'll be there.
Tomorrow night, in the Imperials, Dion and Carmen will perform an afternoon of contemporary gospel music. I said tomorrow night, but actually tomorrow afternoon.
Right.
Courtesy of the Gift of Love Committee, Joy 101 rather, and WSCW.
And, also Kelly's Men's Shop, Bud Young Toyota, and Carson Insurance have been involved in some of these gospel concerts they've been having during the day, too, which it's a nice addition, I think, to the whole week, having that concert on Sunday.
And then on Sunday night, Kathy Mattea and Lee Greenwood. Kathy Mattea, of course, everyone recognizes by her ascendancy in the country music area, and she, of course, sings the state song, Come Home to West Virginia, so you'll want to catch that tomorrow evening. Lee Greenwood is being sponsored by Red Lobster and Moses Cadillac. Then on Monday night, another big one, Sarah.
Yes, I am looking forward to that one. Tanya Tucker. Oh, she's a wonderful country singer. She's been at the Jamboree in the Hills, and she's popular around West Virginia.
Sponsored by Pizza Hut. On Tuesday night, fabulous 50s and 60s night, Coasters, Marvelettes, Tommy Road, D. Clark, courtesy of the West Virginia Lottery. On Wednesday night, the Vandals, sponsored by Tag Galleon. Thursday night, the Commodores, sponsored by Charleston Department Store, Pepsi-Cola and Wendy's. And Friday, Quarter Flash, sponsored by Miller High Life. And of course, Saturday night, the Beach Boys, brought to you by Hex and the Charleston Festival Committee. On Sunday night, Charleston Symphony Orchestra, sponsored by Kanawha Valley Bank.
Yes,
so,
and, Shoney's is helping with the Beach Boys concert, too, so it's going to be really exciting. I know that they've gotten some big name sponsors from across the country, not just in our Charleston area, and that's what's exciting.
Should say also the Beach Boys appear at the festival courtesy of Sunkist in cooperation with Hex, Shoney's, and Charleston Festival.
Isn't that their national sponsor, I believe? I think
believe
that's their whole tour has been a Sunkist tour. which is very appropriate for the Beach Boys, it seems.
We can see the beginning of the parade in the distance. We are located, incidentally, on Virginia Street between the Charleston City, or in the area of Charleston City Hall and the Canal Banking and Trust building.
We're right across from Shanklin Park, as a matter of fact, the kind of the command center, I should say, for the whole regatta throughout the week.
The parade is moving from west to east in front of us. We had a threat of rain this morning. Actually, it rained at 8:20 a.m. I know, Sarah,
Wow.
because I was sitting in my kitchen at the breakfast table, looking over some of the notes for this parade.
With
And
clock
at that
in
point,
hand. Yeah.
at that point, I thought it was bad news. We were going to have rain. It's overcast now, but we don't think it's going to rain through this parade.
Actually, that's kind of nice. It's cooler with this overcast weather, I think.
I was going to say basically because you have assured us, Sarah,
That's
that
right.
it will not rain
I
here.
checked. No. You know, starting the parade is something that's very important. The parade banner, every year they bring out the banner, and I don't know if you can see in the distance there, we've got the banner coming right down the street, and of course the city police leading the way. The banner carriers are Mary Frances Burnside, and she's a wife of an employee of Capital Cablevision, and Holly Durham also, she works at Capital Cablevision. You know, we really thank the folks at Capital Cablevision and WPBY for helping sponsor this parade, because it is a big event each year. And as well, I see the city police right in the front. Charlie, what would we do without them? The regatta could not live without the help of this city.
Or without the city officials crossing the street coming toward our reviewing stand now is Ed Esposito wearing a red shirt.
Sternwheel regatta shirt right
regatta
there.
cap.
And Ed looks like quite an official regatta man, not necessarily an official of the city, wouldn't you say? I don't know. That's why he's hiding here. Oh, golly. It's nice to see how much the city folks out there, the police, I know that each night they clean the streets, you know, they bring down the whole big machinery and everything, and they really reroute the whole workings of the city for a week, 10 days. And we have to thank Mayor Mike Rourke and everyone involved. It helps so much. There's an avid parade goer right there on the street. He's ready to see the band.
Well, obviously, the young people enjoy this parade more than any other folks that are here, any other age set, I should say.
That's true.
A lot of things for the kids, not only Pluto or Goofy.
Goofy. You're getting your characters
Goofy's
mixed
cousin,
up.
Pluto.
That's right.
Not only Goofy, but Mr. McFeely, and I believe Fubar the Clown is in this,
That's
and a
right.
lot of other different characters of that sort.
Well, there are several floats that involve children this year, too. A lot of folks have put children on the floats in costume, and that will be interesting to see. And, of course, the music. That's always popular. Charlie, I see you're pulling out some trivia.
Yeah, running down a
time?
little trivia about the regatta, Sarah. An ancestor of today's regatta took place in the 1920s. At that time, James Rumsey, a boat with a screw propeller, took on the Sternwheel DT lane in a pushing contest.
Yeah.
In the late 1800s, a series of 10 dams used along the Great Kanawha River to keep the waterway navigable. A record 110,000 pounds of ice floated in soft drink cups at the 1984
Now
regatta.
that I could believe.
And I believe this year we're going to have 361,000 cups
That's right.
that are to be
Bill
filled
Rice,
here
right?
at the regatta. Correct.
That's amazing.
And Bill Rice, who we can't say enough about this fellow, Bill Rice, along with the head man, Will Brotherton. They work their fingers to the bone.
Year-round, too, not just the 10 days. You see them out in the street, and this is the party now. Although they're working, they've been working all year round. So
But to show you how in-depth they get with this sort of thing, Bill Rice informs us also that 90 portable toilets will be stationed around the levee
well,
area.
that's because they're going to have how many pounds of ice floating and how many cups of soft drink, you know.
And as I said before, 1.5 million people will be participating in this whole thing.
Oh, Charlie, I can see the flags now. I can see the bands coming. I love it. And it's fun to watch the folks' faces. These people on the side of the street a lot of them have friends in the parade, have children, and, well, she doesn't have a child in the parade. She obviously may have a big brother, let's say.
The 1.5 million people this year compares to last year where we had 1.1 million people in 1985. More than 1,000 volunteers, Sarah, are needed to ensure that this regatta runs smoothly.
Well, did you hear, Charlie, they had a problem this year with volunteers, not getting them, but getting too many. They ordered, I think it was 1,400 buttons to identify the volunteers, and it turned out they had 2,000 people offer to help to run this whole event. So I think that's amazing. Martha Walker has been chairman of the volunteers, and she does a superb job of any volunteer effort she puts together. She's just a hard worker, one of many on the committee.
You know, we always talk about the things that are happening as the regatta opens, and I'd like to jump to the end of the week when the regatta closes and talk a little bit about the fireworks that are going to take place at the end of the regatta, and they're sponsored by Central Distributing Company, and it's going to be a big show this year. Who are the other sponsors on the fireworks, Sarah? As you dig that out, let me talk about the
You tell us about the fireworks, and I'll find out who's involved.
Well, I want to talk about the Charleston Distance Run also, which is brought to you by the Kanawha Valley Area Ford dealers and Charleston National Bank. The distance run was developed in 1973 by Dr. Don Cohen as a way to expand the regatta, which, as I said earlier, was then only a weekend event.
That's right. Well, we were talking about the fireworks. Central Distributing and WQBE Radio will be sponsoring that. And in addition to that, on that night, Charlie, the Charleston Symphony Orchestra will be playing. Did you know that at last year's concert, the Charleston Symphony Orchestra made it into the Guinness Book of World Records because they performed for the largest live audience any symphony orchestra has performed before, including New York City, Central Park, anywhere.
And Kathy Mattea is going to sing Come Home to West Virginia in that performance.
That's going to be
we
wonderful.
were talking a little bit earlier about Russell Reza Pala's activity within the regatta, and they have provided the score for the Charleston Symphony so that Kathy Mattea can sing that night.
That's right. And that's Kanawha Valley Bank's going to sponsor the symphony that night, which is a good sponsor each year.
Now at the corner of Court Street and Virginia Street, here it is, the first unit in the parade. As Sarah mentioned, the banner carriers are Mary Frances Burnside, and I think you said she's the wife of an employee for Capital Cablevision.
Right,
Perhaps she does not, but I'll say it again. And Holly Durham is an employee of Capital Cablevision.
Right. It's like I say, they don't just give financial support. Obviously, they're giving their help and their assistance, which we couldn't do without.
You know, Channel 33 sponsoring this parade, or bringing this parade to you again this year, not only sponsoring the parade, but broadcasting it, going all out. Here he is, the Grand Marshal.
Well, Charlie, let me tell you a little bit about the flags in front of the Grand Marshal. The Buckskin Council of the Boy Scouts of America have been coordinated by Vic Sands. He's a volunteer coordinator. And the Buckskin Council has a 9-county area with 5,200 scouts. These two sections in the parade, the first is the traditional color guard with the American flag, the state of West Virginia flag, and of course the Buckskin Council flag. And behind that are several boys representing different flags from the 50 United States. And that's exciting to see all the colors. I think flags are a big part of any parade. They always have lots of color guards. And there, as a matter of fact, we have some girls too, because the Explorer Scouts are boys and girls. The Buckskin Council covers Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and the Explorers. And there's a great-looking group. Look at those Cub Scouts.
The Capital Cablevision Grand Marshal car is driven by Alton Bennett. It's a gray Cadillac, as you can see, and not behind the wheel, but on the deck is our man Goofy.
Look at him.
Walt Disney Productions Disney Channel is bringing Goofy to the regatta. Capital Cablevision has been a sponsor of the Grand Feature Parade, along with WPBY Television for the past 3 years. There he is.
Oh, is he wonderful? You know, last year I didn't think they could top the parade, and here's Goofy. He's the only one. He's wonderful. That guy must be exhausted.
Goofy waving to all his fans, the children in the audience.
Kid is loving it. And right behind him, of course, is the band, which is part of the Capital Cablevision Network. And behind that is the ever-important Charleston High School Marching Band with 60 members. They've been directed by Robert Laurent for 22 years, and I have to tell you, he told me that they think he's just part of the furniture down at CHS. He's been there so long. He's a wonderful man.
Charleston High School Band, of course, dressed in school colors of blue and gold. The head majorette is Lori Moles. There are 7 majorettes, Sarah.
Yeah.
The Flag Corps head is Laura Gaffke, and there are 7 Flag Corps members.
And I see that Jay Carr is the drum major and field commander. And assistant field commander is Laura Hairston. Living on the levee. For the Robert E. Lee. I don't think the Robert E. Lee will be here, Charlie.
The Charleston High School Marching Band strutting its stuff
The Mountain
for the
Lions.
16th
That's right.
annual regatta.
And there's the WPBY trolley, and you know who's on board of that.
Mr. McFeely
That's right.
from the WPBY public television program, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, is riding on the trolley, if we can find him there.
And you know, he's been brought here
There he
today
is.
by KRT and Charleston Town Center as our special guest. His friend, the Purple Panda, who I have to tell you, Charlie, I watched the show, so I know who the Purple Panda is. He's on board, too.
These trolleys serve the downtown area, one of 3. The buses look a lot like trolleys that could be seen at the turn of the century, Sarah, and it fits in well with the restoration of Charleston's downtown area, which is now referred to as the Village.
That's right. Now, see all the kids. I have a feeling they have something to do with all those folks, but look at what the sign on the back says. Your friend in the neighborhood, your bus driver. Now, I
Mr.
like that.
McFeely.
The buses have been a real popular part of the whole cityscape lately. And speaking of the cityscape, here's the fellow that's really been instrumental in changing the face of this city, Mike Rourke, our mayor.
Mayor James E. Mike Rourke. Mayor Rourke is going to be competing in the distance run, of course, this year. Each year it falls near his birthday. And we're told that he's going to be about 41 years old.
About
Last year
41?
he had his best time ever.
That's right. You know, he's been so helpful with, like we were talking about, all the city officials.
Let's go to April Robertson.
Yeah.
There. Just a minute.
Oh,
Now you're on, April.
April.
And I bet you're relieved and glad to get the Sternwheel Regatta off to a good and dry start.
We're off to a good and dry start, the 16th annual Sternwheel Regatta. Great to be going.
And we've got a lot of pretty good parade here behind you. And
Very good parade, a lot of participation. Of course, all the volunteers that come out and the people here. That's what makes it worth it.
thank you. I
Keep
better
the
let
rain
you.
away. All right.
I better let you get on your way.
Thank you, April. Incidentally, the mayor is being driven by James Moran, and that's a beautiful red Ford Mustang, I guess about a 1957.
That's beautiful. No, that's a Thunderbird. Oh.
I mean Thunderbird.
That's
I said
right.
Mustang.
And
I apologize.
Right behind him is the important man of the hour. There's Chairman William T. Brotherton, and I want you to take note of the important passengers in that car. 4 of his 5 grandchildren, Jim Marshall, Andrew Marshall, Kate Gurrell, and Mary Catherine Marshall. This is her first parade. She is 1.5 years old.
And, of course, Mrs. Brotherton, the behind-the-scenes volunteer, Ann Brotherton, one of her most important jobs is to keep those white uniforms clean during the parade. Alan Arthur is driving the Lincoln Continental in which they are riding.
Beautiful car. And, of course, Will Brotherton always shuns the publicity. You know, you see him waving us on, saying, go ahead. He's never in the limelight, just working hard.
Glendenning High School, Junior High School, marching band under the direction of Blaine Hess in his 3rd year at Glendenning. Prior to that, he taught in Raleigh County. He's a graduate of Alderson Broaddus College.
And James C. Hamrick is the school principal down there, and this band has 60 members, with 15 members in the auxiliary unit, better known as the Flag Corps.
2 superior ratings at the Kanawha County Band Festival this year. First place in band playing at the Cedar Grove Band Festival.
And we noticed in the beginning we had our field commander, Becky Hansen, and the featured twirler of this band is Tracy Wood. That's a good-looking band in their red and white uniform.
These bands are passing in front of the reviewing stand in front of Charleston City Hall.
That's right.
The Charleston Police Department.
And we have an honor guard with 16 honor guards. They logged countless hours throughout the regatta that we would not be able. Once again, I stress this every time. We couldn't do it without the Charleston Police Department. And here goes their color guard and their unit of officers marching in the parade.
Corporal Matt Gravely is the liaison between the festival and the police department. Anyone who has any work to do with the regatta probably knows Matt.
You know, he handles all the special events for the city of Charleston. You name it, Matt's involved, and he's a really nice guy.
And now going by the reviewing stand, Governor Archie Moore, fresh from Wheeling, West Virginia yesterday, where he announced that Wheeling Pitt Steel is moving from Pittsburgh to Wheeling.
That's wonderful. And his lovely wife, Shelley, and, of course, those 2 important grandchildren.
And I think April Robertson is going to try to get a few words with the governor, if she can. The
At
driver of the
least with
car
Shelley.
is Jim Marion, who has a number of classic automobiles.
That's right.
April Robertson with Governor Arch Moore.
Good morning, Governor.
If we can just hold the heavens, this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful beginning for the regatta, don't you think?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
We're thinking positively about this. It can't rain.
All right. Thank you very much.
Governor Arch Moore and Mrs. Moore, Shelley Moore.
Charlie, it couldn't possibly rain. We've had it from the man, the word from the man, and when he says it won't rain, I have to tell you, it won't rain.
April, I am a believer.
That's right. And right behind him, of course, is his official car with the look at the #1 license plate on it. And following close behind is Polka High School marching band. But I think, are they the dots? The polka dots.
Polka
yeah.
High School marching band, yes. Directed by Harold Gothard. He's been director for a whopping 37 years.
Wow. And look at that. There's some of the majorettes. As a matter of fact, the head majorette is Tammy Knopfsinger. She's one of the students there at Polka. And the co-head is Pam Knopfsinger. Tammy and Pam. I wonder if they're related. Something tells me that's not a common name.
Maybe. Field commanders Amy Arthur and Stephanie Kersey. The flight captain is Carmen Sparks.
And the twirlers are Lori Jones and Dina Boggs.
Fine-looking band, sharp uniforms.
Yes, they are. The polka dot. And that's a big band, too.
And they begin to play in front of the reviewing stand. I might say, Sarah, this is a real treat for us to be where the reviewing stand is. You might get a shot a little bit later of the people in front of the City Hall who are sitting there marking down the scores, what have you. And, of course, these bands are trying to perform at their peak when they pass in front of the judges' stand.
Several of the bands that we have this year have been in numerous parades and have won several awards. And so this is kind of the beginning of the season for them. Before the school year starts, or right as the school year starts, they've been practicing all summer, I have a feeling, on these majorettes. Look like they've practiced a long time.
Senator Robert C. Byrd.
Yes, he's the Senate Minority Leader. And I'm wondering, does he have his fiddle in the car, Charlie?
Well, he's not practically as much for his fiddle playing in West Virginia as for his record in the United States Senate.
That's right.
The driver is Randy Poole. Model of the car is a 1983 Chrysler LeBaron.
Now, speaking of his fiddle, right behind him is Congressman Bob Wise. And, I think we're going to talk to Senator Byrd, maybe? I think we've got April looking for him right now.
I believe
There
April
she goes.
Robertson will talk with Senator Byrd. April?
Great.
Good morning.
Are you pleased to be here with us today?
Very much pleased. A great crowd, good day, and we're all having a good time.
Well, good. We're praying for no more rain.
Well, it's not going to rain much. A little sprinkle won't hurt anything.
Thank you.
And if you're in a convertible, there's no sense to worry about
That's
rain.
right.
I guess it's a moot point.
That's right. Well, as I was saying, behind him is Bob Wise. And if Byrd brings his fiddle, what do you think? I bet you Bob Wise will clog. The clogging sensation, Bob Wise. There he is. And what kind of car is he in? My gosh.
I think that's I just happen to know that that's a 1921
Just
Ford.
happen to know.
April, I would recognize that.
Well, here we go.
April?
Say a few words.
Oh, I sure would. A great parade, and the best thing is, at this point last year in the parade, I just said it won't rain, and it started to, and I can confidently predict it's not, and look at the spirits of the crowd. It's fantastic.
Great. Have a good time.
Charlie, I have to tell you, the fellow who's driving that car, Doy Matson, is in charge of the huge antique car show that will take place at the Capitol parking lot on Labor Day. And that is a favorite. As a matter of fact, driving here today, I saw somebody polishing one of these cars in their driveway to bring it down to the parade. They're very proud.
This is the Bank of West Virginia Queen's float, the first float in the parade. The 1986 Regatta Queen is Diane Snuffer, and there she is, 18 years old, a resident of Elkview.
She's a graduate of Herbert Hoover, Charlie, and she plans to attend Marshall, where she'd like to major in journalism.
The Queen's Court is first runner-up Christina Dawn Pruitt, second runner-up Sarah Beth Halstead, Miss Congeniality Julia Walker, and as we said, the float sponsored by the Bank of West Virginia. The pageant was held August 12th at the Charleston Town Center.
That's become a very popular event. Steve Bishop of V100 is the MC now, and they've got some great judges.
Fubar the Clown.
Oh, there's Edie. Look at Edie Hilbergode. She's great.
Edith Hilbergode, a talented accordion player. She formerly played in restaurants all over Charleston. She's been in the Sternwheel Regatta Parade for a number of years now.
And she is quite a character. Everybody loves Edie. I think if you've met her once, she remembers your name forever. She's quite a fixture in Charleston, and we all love Edith Hilbergode.
Following Edith Hilbergode is the John Adams Junior High School Band. You know, you mentioned bands participating in this parade. When the regatta was young, it was very difficult to get bands to participate because it was this early in the school year. Now they, of course, very much want to participate.
Yeah, they practice. As a matter of fact, Tom Frazier is the director of the John Adams Band. He's with the band since October of '85, and he's taught for 7 years before that at DuPont High.
80 members in the band, 6 majorettes. The head majorette is Julia Dixon, and the twirler is Mary Morris.
As a matter of fact, Charlie, something they've done really cute this year. The majorettes have on sailor hats, which is a nice in keeping with the theme.
The majorettes are Charlene Volkers, Amy Hall, Lisa Childers, and Raquel Hill. Field commander is Melissa Schott. Superior ratings for this band at the 1986 Kanawha County Band Festival.
John Adams always has a good band. My goodness.
These kids really have to work to get ready for this.
Oh, there's the Hardee's float. It's a commercially built float produced by Shaw Parade Floats in Baltimore.
The float is known as Little Toot, and it is a self-propelled float.
I can tell. Where's the man driving, Charlie? As a matter of fact, they've got some folks that are Hardee's employees riding on the float, and these were selected by a raffle, which I really like. That's showing that they like their employees at Hardee's.
Little Toot.
That's right. Another corporation getting involved in the regatta once again.
This is the first balloon that you'll see in the parade.
Hey.
And the balloons are sponsored by Industrial Rubber, which became a regatta sponsor in last year's festival by sponsoring these balloons in the festival parade. This, of course, is a giraffe.
That's right.
And the giraffe's head is tilted right
droopy.
now.
But still, the fact that they've brought these balloons in has been really exciting, I think, Charlie. It kind of adds to the Macy's Day feeling. Did you know the first balloon of this type floated down Broadway in 1924 in Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
This is the only place in West Virginia you'll see these Macy's-style helium balloons, courtesy of Industrial Rubber.
And Charlie, the Benny Keatum Group. What could we do without Benny Keatum?
Formed in New York in 1896. Benny Keatum was formed formed in New York. Benny Keatum was formed in 1896 in Charleston.
That first unit, the flying fez, so to speak, that's always one of the popular things because they all wear the fez hat as they march in the parade. There's Bob Durban, and he's one of the major of the uniform units, and he's a resident of Charleston. And I see Chester B. Ted Roberts. He's the potentate of Benny Keatum this year.
The second unit in this group, which has just passed by, was the Color Guard, 190 temples in the U.S. that provide transportation for crippled and burn victims. This includes airplanes and buses. They pay for skin grafts, education, and the hospitals for children, and so forth.
And, it's interesting, Charlie. The third unit is the patrol unit. In Charleston, there are 8,000 members. Nationwide, there are about 1 million Shriners. And they're doing their fun march here. And, of course, the Gold Band. Every year, the Gold Band is involved in the parade, and they've taken national honors. Everybody loves the Shriners. They do so much good for the community, for any community they're in.
The fifth unit, actually we've skipped down to the seventh unit, which is the Motor Corps motorcycle unit, and the primary purpose is to entertain and do precision drills for children and for adults, obviously.
That's right. Earlier we had the Legion of Honor walk by, which are all ex-servicemen in the group, and then the Flying Fez. There we go. That's members who fly crippled or burned children across the country to the burn centers. And that's a very important job they do. And there they are in their bright green uniforms, waving at all the children in their
There
flag.
are 8 units from the Benny Keatum Shrine in this parade, a large contingency.
Yeah, there are Shriners everywhere, I think. Always on convention, right? Shriners convention. But here we have the Motorcycle Corps. And, you know, I like the fact that they're here to entertain the children. They aren't here to patrol or anything. They are an entertainment group. And I know as a kid, I was always so impressed by the motorcycles. I don't know how they keep those little bikes in such tight circles.
I assume if one person has a problem, goofs up, or in this case, goofies up, that there's disaster in the street.
Disaster in the street. You know, Charlie, they used to practice out by the Benny Keatum Temple, and they had big circles drawn on the parking lot back there where they would practice these maneuvers until they had them ready for the parade. They take it very seriously, and rightfully so.
And behind the motorcycle unit, the Benny Keatum...
Calliope. That's coming? Yeah, I think it is.
Actually, I think the Calliope's on down the street. What we have are the clowns that are participating in...
I think you're right.
With
it's
the
kind of hard
Benny
to tell.
Keatum
We're
group.
looking at the motorcycles. I get involved here, you know? Oh, lots of clowns. You know, did you know that through December of 1985, the Shrine has cured or helped 300,000 children through free medical care, and that includes spending $988 million on Shrine hospitals, 22 of them, as a matter of fact, and another $214 million on new construction. They've made over 3 million outpatient visits, and their 1986 budget is $167 million. It's really nice that not only that, but they have a good time. Look at these folks. These clowns are having a ball, and the kids love it. Does he have a live dog?
That's what I'm trying to discern. Is it a live dog or?
I don't know. I bet the kids are going to find out. Oh, there goes a little motorcycle. Here's the Calliope. That's not a Calliope. That's wait a minute.
That's a hook and ladder truck, Sarah. As a matter of fact, this is not the Charleston Fire Department. This is the Benny Keatum Fire Department.
You know what, Charlie? I think I felt a drop of rain, but it's not going to rain. We've got the clowns in front of us. Our spirits are up.
Well, what would a parade be without a clown, or two, or three?
Several dozen, I think. Oh, now, Charlie, can I say it? Here comes the Calliope. Drum roll. I swear I see it. There it is.
There it is, Sarah. That's a Calliope.
Oh, gosh.
At the bottom of your screen and filling your screen now.
That's right.
The Sarah Yohe Memorial Calliope.
I've been looking for it for hours.
Our apologies to the Benny Keatum
Well,
Temple.
only because I had so much trouble spelling it on the script. You know, I have
Calliope
to mention,
or Benny Keatum?
Both. As a matter of fact, one of the folks who was writing the script, Greg Houston, said he almost called and asked if Mr. Keatum was home when he was finding out about the Benny Keatum Shrine.
Well, our thanks to these people, because they're a large contingency in this parade, and without them it would not be nearly as much fun. Industrial Rubber Products.
I just found out somebody in the Benny Keatum group that just walked by. Pastor John Torrance, my minister, was one of those clowns. And his sermons are always a riot.
I won't even comment on that.
It's true.
Industrial Rubber Balloon number 2, and here he is.
Oh, I love it. I love it. As a matter of fact, is this, let's see. I can't tell what it is.
It's a horse, Sarah, not a Calliope, but a horse.
You know, they've got a lot of kids pulling this balloon, and as a matter of fact, one of the balloons today is being pulled by Will Brotherton's grandson.
The balloons are produced by Kemp Balloon Company of Baltimore. They've been in the balloon business for 14 years. Besides Goodyear, this is the only company in the country that makes these balloons. Kemp's balloons include the high flyers seen in Macy's parades, Superman, Pillsbury Doughboy, Popeye and his girlfriend Olive Oyl, Woody Woodpecker, Yogi Bear. They produced balloons for former President Jimmy Carter. It was quick. What was it?
Peanut.
A peanut,
yes.
right.
Oh, there's the Charleston Women of Moose float. And appropriately, it has a river theme. They've been in Charleston for 65 years, and there are 496 members in the Charleston Lodge of the Charleston Women of Moose.
Oh,
I'm Gar. Go ahead.
Their organization sponsors Moose Haven in Florida, which is for the elderly Moose members, and Moose Heart in Chicago for homeless children. Moose Heart takes children from infancy on up, and upon leaving Moose Heart, they will either go to college, the service, or have a marketable skill.
Once again, another like the Shrine, another group that's very helpful in every community. And there's the Stonewall Jackson High School Band.
I'll bet there's not a Calliope in this contingency.
I'll bet you're right.
The director of the Stonewall Band is Bob Scott. He is a graduate of Concord College, located at Athens. He's in his 4th year at Stonewall, 11th year in the Kanawha County school system, married and the father of 3 children.
And, you know, there are 85 members in his band. There's the head majorette, who's Kelly Brown, and the field commander, who just is Pam Humphreys.
The Flag Corps co-captains are Judy Martin and Kim Garrett. The head percussionist is Wayne Polly.
You know, this band has been very active. They have performed in 1986 at Disney World. Charlie, do you think they've met Goofy before?
Well, possibly so. Goofy, I understand, gets around and probably has talked with a number of band members.
That's right, I imagine so.
Here and there, a calliope or two.
Oh, I'm not going to live that one down, I have a feeling. They also placed second in the band for band playing at the Daily Mail Band Festival.
This is a great band. Let's listen to them. Stonewall Jackson High School Band. And Sarah, I think following the band, there's a possibility that we're going to be straight.
Uh-oh. I think you're right. It's the Air Force plane sponsored by the United States Air Force. And it's an airplane that's similar to the one that Chuck Yeager would be familiar with.
I guess we should say this is a model, not the actual F-16
Well,
fighter plane.
Yeah.
It is also self-propelled.
That's right. And I see that it's got a little note on it about the recruiting service. I'll bet that's quite a recruiting tool. People want to get up in a plane like that.
I'd like to have one of those, Sarah.
Did you know that the Air Force has had lots of recruits lately because of the movie Top Gun? I guess they all want to be like Tom Cruise, so, and all the girls too.
On your screen, the Maverick Gymnastics Club floats, directed by Billy Bob Taylor.
That's right.
The gym club is on Crescent Road in Charleston. Gymnasts in the club are as young as 6 years old. They participated in the regatta for many years, including demonstrations on Capitol Street. They will participate in the Regatta Street Fair on August 30th.
The group is starting their 11th year in Charleston, and the children on the float are the team's competitors. They, as a matter of fact, it's called Night Before Regatta, and they're all in their pajamas, and they're dancing like they're bouncing on a big bed.
That is just super. I saw this float being built last night at a warehouse on Charleston's north side.
Yeah.
And I saw those bedposts, and I couldn't believe they were going to have a float that big.
That's Billy Bob Taylor right there, jumping, as a matter of fact, as a part of the float. And look at all the children waving in their pajamas.
That is just super.
Oh, it's wonderful to see.
Extraordinary.
You know, they have folks from all ages, as a matter of fact.
But what a splendid float.
What a great idea. And there's some folks doing all sorts of acrobatics in the background.
That takes a great deal of skill to stay on that thing here in the middle of Virginia Street.
That's true.
A wonderful float by the Maverick Gymnastics.
And a great organization, too, thanks to Billy Bob Taylor and his wife, Barbara.
The Woodrow Wilson Junior High School Band. Director is Diana Patton. She's a graduate of Marshall University and has been at Woodrow Wilson for 6 years.
There are 75 members in the band, 13 in the auxiliary unit, and the flag commander, or the field commander who just marched by is Maria Gore.
And the head majorette is Samantha Torres. We've got a great shot of her there.
That's right. And there's the twirler, Beth Tackett. Flag Corps.
A good-looking band, the Woodrow Wilson Junior High School Band, and these are just junior high school students.
You know, it's fun to watch the leader. She's an old Marshall grad, and her band will be here shortly.
And this may look familiar to you as we draw toward winter, the Jim Chimney Sweep Float. This is a cartoon-style house, and we can see the chimney sweep in the chimney, dressed with the traditional style of a chimney sweep. With the return of many homes to wood heat, the chimney sweep profession has gained new popularity.
As a matter of fact, the governor's mansion recently received received its annual chimney cleaning, and it was done the old-fashioned way by chimney sweep.
I think I saw a great shot in the Charleston Gazette showing a silhouette of the chimney sweeps working on the governor's mansion.
That's right. And behind that, as a matter of fact, we've got the next Regatta balloon.
This balloon is sponsored by the Charleston Festival Commission, Sarah. Last year, the Regatta became the state's undisputed #1 outdoor festival with attendance of over 1 million people. 1985 was the first year for this balloon.
They have given the parade quite a boost, as a matter of fact, and the excitement just seeing these balloons flying down the street. And these are all volunteers that are helping to walk the balloon down the street. Have you ever walked a balloon, Charles?
I've walked the dog.
Walked a dog, but not a balloon. I knew that was coming. Oh, goodness. And there's the Tom Ellis float, and that's the Charleston Parks and Recreation float right behind the balloon. Oh, I love it. Ellis Island.
Island.
Something tells me they like Tom Ellis.
There's a representative of the Statue of Liberty, obviously, a replica of
this
the
float,
statue.
That's right. It's promoting the benefits of the Charleston area's many parks and recreation. And on the back is an actual working paddle wheel. Look at that. That's wonderful. And it's sponsored in part by the Alco Mechanical Contractors.
And directly behind the float is the Charleston Daily Mail and Turnpike Ford and Charleston Parks Recreation.
It's Gus and Goldie. Yeah, Gus and Goldie are the part of the Learn to Swim program. The Daily Mail and the Turnpike Ford, along with the parks, have been working together this year, teaching kids to swim in free programs all over the city, and it's been really exciting. I think that a lot of kids have learned to swim by Gus and Goldie, the two goldfish, and they are ugly. I'm going to get in trouble for
we haven't heard what they've said about us.
That's right.
Spring Hill
That's true.
Junior High School Band now approaching our cameras. The band is directed by Gail Kennedy. The principal is Clifford Cunningham.
That's right. There are 45 members in the band, and they received superior ratings for the past 4 years in the Kanawha County Band Festival. As a matter of fact, last year they had 17 students in the all-county band. This year there are 15 members in the auxiliary unit.
In 1985, this band was also chosen as the band for the 1985 Golden Horseshoe Ceremony here in Charleston.
Let's hear this good band.
We should point out that the band judges are Charles Yago of Athens, Ohio, Mike Roberts of Morgantown, and Jackie Cottle of Huntington. All floats will receive a plaque for their participation. An awards ceremony and band festival at Lately Field will follow the parade.
That's right. They're playing Lee Greenwood's song, as a matter of fact. Didn't Lee Greenwood perform this? Proud to be an American? He's going to be... No, I think I'm getting my wrong country acts together. Proud to be an American.
There they are, the band judges, Charles Yago, Mike Roberts, and Jackie Cottle. And as I indicated earlier, these people are busy taking notes on these bands and on the floats, and they'll make an award at the end of the parade at Lately Field. Much of the material that we are giving you today has been prepared by researchers and scriptwriters. They are Greg Houston, Angie Casto, Brent Archer, and of course Sarah Yui participated in that.
Oh, there's the Kanawha River Navy Anything That Floats boat, and that's a pontoon boat that they have gotten to kind of be a marshal for this Anything That Floats contest. Charlie, that is one of the top events now, and this year well, last year's winner, as a matter of fact, was an exact replica of a bulldozer for the Anything That Floats contest.
The Anything That Floats competition is set for August 24th, which is tomorrow, beginning at 1 o'clock at the CMP boat ramp. Last year's winner of the event, as Sarah said, was quite unusual, and we've got about 30 or 40 entries on tap this year.
Here we go. We have the West Virginia Statuette and Mailbox Incorporated, and he has all sorts of things on his truck and saying, "Happy birthday, Sweet 16." Right behind him, of course, is the Regatta balloon number 2.
The idea for using these helium balloons was developed by Bill Rice, responsible for land activities at the Regatta. The balloons are used for other promotions throughout the year to remind people that Regatta is coming up again at the end of the summer.
They're beautiful, too.
Another type of balloon, the hot air balloon, Sarah, can be seen in a beautiful event later today at the campus of the University of Charleston. The balloon race begins at 5:30, and it's one of the really spectacular events of the regatta. I saw one early today in the skies before this parade.
That's right. Charlie, we have to be quiet during this band. This is my alma mater.
Uh-oh.
South Charleston Junior High, the Cubs.
Who plays Calliope in this band?
Now. This is directed by Alan Dobbins-Beck, who's in his 3rd year at South Charleston. He's a graduate of Morehead State University in Kentucky. Principal's Nathan Sharp, who was there when I was there. And there are 25 members in this band.
The drum majorette leading the band is Kim Bryan. The field commander is Laura Coleman. The band just finished a stay at band camp, and just last evening they performed a concert for the folks at South Charleston at the Mound.
Oh, my old hometown.
Here are the Kanawha Clowns. Rex Roberts, one of the clowns, maybe better known as the man inside the West Virginia Lottery's J.P. Bear suit.
Oh.
20 clowns are in the group, Sarah.
You know, Charlie, this is a group that does a lot of things for the community, too. They don't charge fees, per se. They only ask for donations, and everybody's always willing to donate because it's such a good group. 2
past members of that group now work with the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, as a matter of fact.
There's the Lollipops, Lolly's Lollipop Majorettes. And that's quite a big group. I understand that they are a dance group, and they do majorette functions. You know, they train for as majorettes around the city.
Well, they look like they're having a lot of fun, I'll say that. Lollipops, majorette, float.
That's right.
And they're followed by the John Brawley Post, Color Guard and Float. American Legion Post number 20. Post commander is Paul Legg. Edie Hardman is one of the most active members of this unit.
And Charlie, the float has a plastic swimming pool. And according to Wallace Hunter, who's been organizing this, he said people like to see children swimming when it's hot out. So he thinks of the regatta season as a hot season. And there's somebody in the pool. Look at that.
This unit is sponsoring a dance this evening at 7 p.m. at the Post 20 building at 415 Dickinson Street, and the public is invited to attend.
That's right. There are the kids in the pool. There are actually some kids in the water. I love it. Right behind they have a big stuffed fish, and it said Kanawha River Bass on it. I think it's a little large, Charlie. Looks more like a shark to me.
There was also an eagle driving that bass.
Okay. And
here's a young spectator who seems to be somewhat nonplussed about the whole thing.
I think both of them feel that way.
The Herbert Hoover High School Marching Band. The director is Stephen A. Foster, which is a good name if you're a band leader. He's 30 years old, a graduate of WVU, beginning his 5th year at Herbert Hoover.
As a matter of fact, 72 members in this band with 18 members in the auxiliary unit.
The head majorette is Kim Smith. Field commanders are Lewis Ferguson and Sheila Berry, and the silk captain is Cindy Gross. It's not the 4th of July, but this is about American and as apple pie as you can get.
That's the truth. Charlie, as a matter of fact, that band is always very popular, and be sure you look at those uniforms because they're brand new.
Sarah, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with more live coverage of the Grand Feature Parade. This is WPBY Television, Huntington, Charleston. This is Charles Ryan with Sarah Yoy and April Robertson, back once again with live coverage of the 16th Annual Sternwheel Regatta Parade. You're looking now at one of the giant balloons, industrial rubber balloon number 3, the largest we've seen so far, which is an owl. Members of Industrial Rubber's team are guiding this large balloon through the streets of downtown Charleston. To maneuver the balloons, they guide them with guy wires, and they bring them under the traffic signals that are along Virginia Street and the parade route.
As we were on the break, Charlie,
Yes.
Did you hear the cheers? The whole crowd went crazy when they managed to duck this big owl successfully under the stoplight.
Not Big Al Saley, just Big Al.
Oh.
The balloons can cost as much as $15,000 to construct. The ownership of the balloon is by Kemp Balloon Company, and it's
That's
leased to
right.
festivals across the country. And again, Industrial Rubber's done so much with this parade, bringing these balloons in here. That's a great balloon.
Yeah, and they've got quite a routine worked out. Here they go under another obstruction, I should say. They kind of just bounce it along. They're going right under our camera.
They're going under the camera, which is on a large snorkel lift, which is
From
being
Bodie
provided
Finn,
to us
isn't it?
from Bodie Finn,
Yeah.
yes.
And right behind that, Charlie, we have the Wings of West Virginia Motorcycles. This group promotes safe motorcycle riding, and the club's goal is to project a positive image of motorcycles and the people who ride them. The Wings of West Virginia stresses that it's not a group of rabble-rousers, as they told us earlier, and they really have some beautiful bikes.
They are all Honda Gold Wings, made in Marysville, Ohio. The bikes are each, I say banks, I guess it's a Freudian slip, because the bikes range in price from $8,000 to $16,000.
Banks is an appropriate word right there. My gosh, they're beautiful.
They really are. Very, very pretty. I don't notice any roar from them either.
No, I think those are the kind of people take on trips.
Here we are, sir. We saw this last year, the Nellis Motor Sales Wrecker, and it is just something else. I tell you, we couldn't believe it last year.
That's right.
Tell us about it.
Well, it has a steering wheel patterned after a ship's wheel. It has two stacks that resemble the stacks on a sternwheeler. And the term wrecker is not unfamiliar to sailing ships or towboats. That term first applied to those who salvaged material scattered in the water following a shipwreck.
Well, chrome will never be dead so long as the Nellis Motor Sales Wrecker is around.
It takes 60 hours to wash and wax that vehicle.
It's been featured in 12 national magazines, has 97 pieces of brass, 6 exhausts. The Lincoln Junior High School Band coming into our picture now.
That's right. Band mascot is the Wildcats. They're in gold and black uniforms, and the director is G.R. Persinger.
The principal of this school is E. Gillespie. 60 members are in the band, 15 members in the auxiliary unit. The head majorette, Leanne Pincher. Field commander, Carol Marskinkowski. The twirler is Linda Bailey, and the band captain is John Gasper. They sound great.
They do.
The cameras don't pick it up, but Sarah Yoy has started to boogie up here on the platform. In the 1986 Kanawha County Band Festival, Lincoln placed second in band playing and second in the majorette competition.
They are good, Charlie. I don't know how that one, the field commander marches backwards the entire parade route. That has always amazed me.
There is an event that takes place in the first part of September in Sistersville, West Virginia, known as the West Virginia Oil and Gas Festival. This is their float. The event celebrates Sistersville's heritage in the oil and gas industry. At the turn of the century, Sistersville was one of the state's busiest towns because of the booming oil industry.
Matter of fact, 1986 is the 18th year for this event, and there's the Queen. It features the Oil and Gas Festival Queen, Erin Rodzankas, and the float is 20 feet long.
And it's yellow and gold. American flags, obviously. September 11, 12, 13, 14 is the date.
That's right. And now I have to tell you, the reason we know all this about Sistersville is that's where one of our script writers is from, and so he told us all about it.
The parade has gone to the dogs at this point, and great dogs they are. As a matter of fact, the Tri-State Greyhound Park.
Oh,
and here are some of the runners at Greyhound.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bunch of dogs. Did you know the vet out at the dog track, Mary Torrance, her father was earlier in the parade. We've got the whole family.
I don't know if Popsicle Pete's in there or not.
Is he your favorite?
Well, he's you know, one of the best dogs at Tri-State,
right.
and I guess in the country.
And there's a motorized starting box. That's part of the parade. And right behind it is Charleston Town Center. They have their fire truck.
This is a vintage 1947 truck painted Town Center green. It's escorted by the 86-87 Young Consumer Board.
I guess that's their teen board. You know, they've changed the names these days, and I guess that's who they are. They're pretty girls, it must be. And young men, too. Boy, times have changed, Charlie. They only had girls when I was in that sort of thing.
Well, Sarah, there's, you know, only right.
That's
that,
right.
Both sexes should be represented.
I like it.
The Town Center is the nation's largest urban shopping center with more than 100 stores.
You know, Town Center, when we were talking about this script and writing about the fire truck, everybody said, well, everybody knows about Town Center, but I think that the fact that it has been featured in so many national magazines in the business section, the fact that it's been so successful and it's brought a lot of money into our city and a lot of good jobs, and it's nice to see that. It's another sign of the growing downtown area in Charleston, West Virginia.
Approaching Court Street on Virginia Street is the South Charleston High School Band. The director is Jim Pate. The principal is Alan Harrison.
Now, Charlie, can I applaud? This is also my alma mater. You know, the Cubs earlier.
I'm getting tired of this now.
That's the Black Eagles. That's my old school. As a matter of fact, the head majorette is Kim Frazier. The field commander is Julie Burt. And the rifle captain is Christy Roberts.
And what did you do in this band, Sarah, when you were there?
I was a singer. But as a matter of fact, I do know Jim Pate, the band director. He's quite a guy. He's been there for several years. And the principal up there is Alan Harrison.
See, you seem to know all about the South Charleston. This is the South Charleston High School Band,
South
right?
Charleston. When I was there, the principal was Mr. McElwain. But we've got a new principal now, and he's doing quite a good job. It's good to see the old orange and black.
South Charleston High School Band passing in front of the reviewing stand.
And Charlie, down the road, the pink elephant. Okay, Charlie, did you see one of these last night?
No, I imagine there are a lot of people that will think their dreams are coming true if they take a look at this balloon, however.
That's right.
Let's go down to April Robertson and get some reaction to what this parade has been like for the people that are lining Virginia Street. April?
Got a little bit of right now. Ladies, can you tell me how you've been enjoying the parade so
Well, we've got a little bit of transmission difficulty on the microphone. We'll try to correct that and see if April can go to her electronic background.
That's right.
And come through just a little bit clearer for us.
Isn't that, they always say, sound problems not in your set? Isn't that what they write across the bottom of the screen?
Sound problem is not in April Robertson, it is in our set.
That's right, that's right. No, they're showing how the big elephant can jump up and down, and they're going to take him under one of the main supports shortly, the support of the stoplight.
Sarah, do you have any idea how many people view this parade along the parade route? Do you have any of those statistics?
You know, I don't, but I would hate to hazard a guess because there are more this year, I would say, than last year, easily. Since we moved it over here to Virginia Street from the boulevard, the reason they did that, a lot of people say, you know, why don't you have the parade on the boulevard? But they have to set up that stage. They have to have that boulevard set up before this parade can take place, and to take it down just costs thousands of dollars. So, of course, they move it over here now, and I think Virginia Street is an appropriate place, right past City Hall.
Some of the other events that are going to take place during this regatta, a bicycle tour, car shows, CPA mile, children's events, a whole lot of them. Tennis tournament, softball tournament, walking tours. Now let's try to go back down to the street and April Robertson. April? Well, we're sorry. Apparently that microphone is yet to work, but we'll try to get the cobwebs out of it and get back to April a little bit later.
Here we see the pink elephant.
Now being dipped under, as you can see. Whoop, there.
Whoa.
Just grazing the traffic light, and the applause which follows from the crowd.
Again, that's from Industrial Rubber Corporation. They bring in these balloons. The Kemp Balloon Company is in Baltimore, and they've been doing these balloons for years.
Isn't he a friendly-looking fellow? Look at that smile.
I like the party hat, actually.
You couldn't be in any way put off by that pink elephant, could you?
I love to watch the kids when he comes by.
I have the same impression as the kids, Sarah.
Yeah, you're right.
Mesmerized.
It's huge. It is beautiful.
Did you notice? Look at the eyes. Some redness in the eyes. In keeping with pink elephants everywhere.
You know, I'm looking at a few of the balloon handlers down here, and they look like, no, I wouldn't say. They look like they have been enjoying carrying the balloon. How's that? Is that a very diplomatic way to put it? They're all employees of Industrial Rubber. A couple of them did it last year, as a matter of fact, and they have some newcomers who they had to train. They filled the balloons up down by Channel 3, WSAZ.
Has anyone ever just gone aloft, the balloon suddenly takes off in a gust of wind, and we have 4 or 5 people hanging from it? The Independent Order of Odd Fellows of West Virginia, this is a commercially built float. There are 8 members on the float. The colors of red, white, and blue, and the 3 links with doves and lilies are the emblems of the order.
You know, there's also representatives of the Rebecca's, and that's another group that is associated with the Odd Fellows. It's a beautiful float.
This group, the Odd Fellows, at least, was founded in 1819. The Charleston Cadet Squadron, U.S. Air Force Auxiliary Civil Air Patrol.
There are 52 cadets in that patrol. To register, you must be between 12 and 18. The walkers include Master Sergeant Michael Miller, Cadet David Strickland, Cadet Brad Hershick, Cadet Paul Stroll, and Cadet Kevin Ray.
And directly behind that is the Auxiliary Civil Air Patrol portion of this unit. The vehicles included a 1986 Chevy Blazer, driver Second Lieutenant Bob Grader. The second vehicle, a Dodge M37, 1952 model. 2 people in it, Second Lieutenant Scott Miller and Addison Horton.
You know, it's interesting. Once they become past the cadet, from 12 to 18 years old, they can go on and be seniors. And that there are 20 seniors in this group, the Charleston Cadet Squadron, and they must be 18 years or older. And they're located up at the airport, I believe. Is that correct? I think so. Makes sense, doesn't it?
That would be a good place for them. Better than the bus station, Sarah.
Oh, I meant their headquarters, Charlie. A lot of trouble I get these days. That must be the new Bronco, I see. Yeah, and there's the license plate, Civil Air Patrol.
The East Bank Junior High School Band. This is the Mountaineer Band. The director is Jim Anderson. The principal is Garnes Reed. There are 60 members in the band, 7 members in the auxiliary unit. The head majorette is Kim Reese, who also serves as festival twirler.
Sherry Green is the field commander. The band captain is Sheldon Lanham, and the percussion captain is Chris DeWeese.
These are the 1985 Kanawha County AA Marching Band champions. They placed first in the Wayne County Festival and the 1985 West Virginia Tech Homecoming Parade.
Sternwheel. The KRT bus has smokestacks that are like a sternwheeler, and look who's on top, Charlie.
Well, I think I am what I am.
Oh, God.
It is Olive Oil's boyfriend, Popeye.
Oh, he's doing Popeye imitations. We're in trouble now.
Well, I'll sing. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
No, no, no. You know, as a matter of fact, an interesting feature of this
Popeye.
is that it has a moving paddle wheel propelled by the exhaust from the bus. Would you look at that? So many times the exhaust from a bus people have complained about, well, there, they put it to good use.
Is this just for the parade, Sarah, or is Popeye always on the top of these buses?
I think he was sitting next to me last week as I rode on the bus. Only kidding. And that was a trolley. Oh. I hear George Washington High School in the background.
Yes, as a matter of fact, following Popeye is the George Washington High School Band. The director is Thomas F. Reed. He's been with the band for 10 years.
The school principal is Larry Lowen, and there are 86 members, 22 members in the auxiliary unit. Head majorette is Melissa Garner, and the field conductor is Dan Mendeloff.
These people not only have an outstanding band director, they have an outstanding principal in Larry Lowen.
That's right. And Charlie, they have several auxiliary groups as well. They have a great jazz group, kind of a brass jazz group that's really good.
The head majorette, I don't know if you mentioned her, but Melissa Garner, the field conductor Dan Mendeloff. They are the winners of last year's Regatta Parade, the champions last year.
And Gina Gregoracci is the flag corps director, and they are following quickly behind.
Is that Victor Gregoracci's daughter?
It couldn't be not related. It's got to be somehow connected.
George Washington High School Band.
That's a beautiful group. The crowd loves them.
What have we here, Sarah? I believe this is Fast Freddy the Race Car.
Would you look at that?
Isn't that something?
I love it. You know what I like, Charlie? The fact that Industrial Rubber has gone so far, gone all out. We've got these big banners in front of each of the floats this year.
This is really interesting, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at this.
That's what I thought. Industrial Rubber, it's titled Balloon number 5, but obviously it says much more than that. Fast Freddy the Race Car,
Turbocharged.
325.
And there's Fast Freddy. He's got quite a nose on him. I like the little boy sitting in front of Fast Freddy. Must be one of the employees' children from Industrial Rubber.
I think Fast Freddy was sitting on the other side of you on the bus the other night.
You're right. Oh, gosh. You know, Industrial Rubber has done something wonderful for this parade. I think everybody's going to remember them and thank them for it.
Popeye and then Fast Freddy.
And behind them is the Charleston Optimist Club with a car driven courtesy of White Dodge. And this is an interesting men's civic organization in Charleston that was formed 15 years ago. Charlie, there are about 50 members, and their motto is Friends of Youth.
And they're waving to our cameras, and we'll wave back.
You know, as a matter of fact, Charlie, Rick Voorhees has been very active in organizing this float, and I know that there are a lot of young citizens involved, young people that can help the youth in the country.
The Christian Unity Float. This float was built in 1983 through 1984 by Dick and Lois Robbins. More than a year was needed to carve the structure out of styrofoam. Look at that.
My goodness, the total weight is nearly 3,000 pounds, and oftentimes the float is pulled by men, representing the strength and unity.
Quoting St. John on the float, love and unity for the world.
Matter of fact, the floater usually travels in 5 states each year, entering at least 30 parades. It's a beautiful structure.
The Kanawha Players are represented with this contingent. This is the official state theater of West Virginia, Sarah, as you know.
That's right. As a matter of fact, this is the theater's 64th year, one of the nation's longest-running community theaters.
And these people, of course, are depicting the Little Abner production that will take place on September 12, 13, 19, 20, 26, and 27.
I see Little Abner coming down the street, and something tells me he's our sheriff. What do you think?
Well, I wouldn't I wouldn't comment on that, Sarah.
I want to know if he, look, I think he's done quite well by Daisy there. She's a pretty girl.
As
That's
the sheriff
wonderful.
of the High Sheriff of Kanawha County, Danny Jones, who is Little Abner, and behind him is Daisy May.
That's right. I love it.
That's great that Danny Jones would be in that production and be in this parade.
That's right. And here come several other folks from Dog Patch, I believe. I love their costumes and lots of bare feet walking this parade route today. Right behind them is the Horace Mann Junior High School Band.
They have a new band director, Sarah, Judy King, who started just last week.
That's right. As a matter of fact, it's an excellent band. They have principal at the school is Lou Garganella, and there are 60 members in this band.
There are 18 members in the auxiliary unit in the Kanawha County Single A Marching Band Festival. Their awards included first in flag corps, second in field command.
Feature parade, Charlie, they received ratings of good and excellent. That's quite a good band.
Sarah, the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary Boat Unicycle is coming into your television picture now.
And as a matter of fact, right behind that, there'll be Miss U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary, who is Lisa Hansford.
And she will be riding on the float. She's not on a unicycle.
That's right, that's right.
She is, as you say, Lisa Hansford, and we'll try to get a shot of Miss U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. There
Matter
she
of
is,
fact,
very
right next to her is Miss Safe Boating, who is Becky Hansford. Right behind her. There she is.
Aha.
Miss Safe Boating.
She'll
Becky
come into the
Hansford.
picture here in just a moment.
That's
there
right.
she is in the... my nautical terms are not up to snuff here.
The fore and aft?
Is that
the aft,
the stern?
All I know is that the Coast Guard is very instrumental in the safety throughout the week of the regatta. All the boating activities, the river is clogged with boaters, and the Coast Guard patrols the river and helps out in so many ways.
Robbins Royalettes, a team from Robbins Baton and Jazz School in Charleston. They're riding in a boat adorned with red, white, and blue flags.
There's about 25 little girls in that boat, and they're half of them are wearing sailor suits, and the other half are wearing Miss Liberty outfits.
The Royalettes are aged 3 to 12. They're obviously all girls. Robin Farrell Martin is the leader of the group.
She was in the parade last year, Charlie.
Yes. Robbins Royalettes. I remember them. The Sissonville High School Band. The band director is Bill Ray. There are 56 members in the band, 16 members in the auxiliary unit, and the head majorette is Tabby Lane.
And they have quite a crowd here. Everybody's cheering. They must have brought all their moms and dads. Twirler is Debbie Smith, and field commander is Linda Farrell.
Flag Corps captain, Roseanne McDonough. Sarah, they had the grand champion majorette at the West Virginia Strawberry Festival.
They're a good band.
that's quite a band, the Sissonville High School Marching Band. First place band, C class at the West Virginia Strawberry Festival.
They are a good band. That's a big band, too. And right behind them, Charlie, we have Linda's School of Dance floats. It includes rafts, and the children are dressed in old-fashioned summer outfits.
And the float's designed to look like a log raft, Sarah. Linda's School of Dance float.
There we go, Linda's High Steppers.
And there they are.
They're all waving. Oh, they're all dressed as little fishermen. Fisher persons, pardon me.
Aren't they cute?
Yes, Charlie, I want you to know that I received my own rod and reel for Christmas this year. I've become quite a fisher person in my day.
Was that given to you by Popeye or by...
No, as a matter of fact, my mother still doesn't understand why my boyfriend gave it to me. I think she expected something else, Charlie.
Linda's School of Dance. Well, I won't touch that one, sir.
I knew you wouldn't. There goes the Charles Young Post of the American Legion, Post 57 Veteran Color Guard. The unit is located on Christopher Street. Clayford McMickles is the commander of Post 57. He's also the commander of the 8th District of the American Legion. There we go in a car. They are led by Sergeant Greensmith. He's from Dunbar. Post 57 has 187 members. And waving frantically, Steve Bishop. Look at him go in the V100V van. I think they've got the whole morning crew in there. You know, they're broadcasting live each morning from the levee. They've been very active in sponsoring all sorts of regatta activities.
Well, I think actually we have the V100 van, then the WCAW van, and then mascots. We have the blue and gold van from, of course, and here we have the WCAW Bear is going to be following this particular van. You'll see it in just a moment. That's the WCAW blue and gold van. And as we swing wide, we see the V100 Chicken and the WCAW Bear and General Cluck Egger.
As a matter of fact, Charlie, they're riding on the winning entry from last year's Anything That Floats contest from Walker Machinery. It's a Caterpillar tractor, and believe it or not, that thing floated last year. It's amazing.
Incredible.
Incredible. That's incredible, so they say.
Here we have a, here we are. A 1931 Ford U.S. mail truck, and the driver is Frank Lynch. As Mr. McFeely says, speedy delivery.
Our special guest.
I wonder where Goofy is right now. He's probably about finishing this parade, isn't he?
That's right. He's probably greeting all of his friends at the end of the parade.
1932 Chevrolet Roadster. The driver is Ralph Jarrett.
And look who's in the back seat. It's Wendy. Well, it is.
And Wendy how's it go?
No. I think we're talking about Wendy's hamburgers there.
1954 MGTF. The driver is Eddie Nutter. That is a classic.
I could stand that. That's a gorgeous car.
Why doesn't your boyfriend give you one of those, Sarah?
Good question, Charlie. I'm glad we've got it on the air now. He's watching. Good mention there. Christmas could be wonderful this year, Charlie, thanks to you.
A little bit of a break in the parade at this point, as you can see along the route. The people enjoying it, obviously. The skies has still not given us any rain.
I see the bright sun coming up over the county courthouse, Charlie. You can see it up on a little bit of reflection.
And that's the official weather forecast from Sarah Yoey. The sun is coming over the courthouse, isn't that right?
That's right. The sun over the courthouse. Isn't that an old song? No.
Very old song.
That's right. Next, we have the Nicholas County High School Band. Now,
the Nicholas County High School
band.
Well, I get my turn here, Sarah, because you've been talking about all of your old schools, what have you. I wanted to point out again this year, as I did last year, that this is the alma mater of my wife's alma mater, Nicholas High School Band, and I have a few things to say about that, Sarah, as soon as we go down to April Robertson on the parade route. April?
Okay.
No, come back.
Oh, all right. I think April says come back. She is ready. So if we could go to April Robertson. April?
Well, Charlie, I'm having trouble getting some people to talk to me this morning. Excuse me, ma'am. How are you enjoying the parade?
Fine. Nice.
And you?
Just fine. It's the first parade we've been to, and it's real nice.
What was your favorite thing so far?
I like the float.
right, thank you, April. I was mentioning the Nicholas County High School Band. Here we see the majorettes. I wanted to point out, Sarah, that my wife was a majorette. And the majorette corps at that time consisted of Marty Lewis, now Marty Ryan, and Judy Mullins, Mary Jo Brown, Deanna Gross, and Katherine Johnson.
Oh, Charlie,
at that
I'm
time.
impressed.
And I won't say what that time was.
How
but
many of
just
them
a
did
few
you
years
date
ago.
besides Marty Lewis?
The director of the current lineup is John Statz, married and the father of 2 children, in his 3rd year at Nicholas County. Prior to this, director at Summersville Junior High School, graduate of the Western Institute of Technology. Band nicknamed the Grizzlies. 66 members of the band, 19 members in the auxiliary unit.
They placed first in the 1985 Cherry River Festival, Charlie, and the majorettes placed first in the 1986 Forest Festival.
This band will be attending the Peach Bowl in December. I wonder if that means that the WVU Mountaineers will be there.
Well, I'm hoping so, and I think a lot of people are.
This is a great band.
Yeah.
The Nicholas County High School Band.
The Grizzlies.
Nice job.
They are. That's a good band. The judges, I think, were scribbling frantically when they went past.
Is it permissible to say that my brother-in-law, John Lewis, teaches at Nicholas County High School? Is that permissible?
No, Charlie, you can't say that.
And also does some coaching there, I might say.
Oh, I see. A sports family. Here comes some more golden oldies, antique cars. And Charlie, once again, we want to reiterate that the old antique cars will be on display, not on sale, certainly not, at the next weekend on Labor Day at the state capitol. And here we have a 1929 Model A Roadster driven by Dave Carter.
The Antique Automobile Club car show at the Capitol on September 1st is from 8 to 4 o'clock, as a matter of fact.
Matter of fact, we have a 1930 Model A sedan driven by Tom Lowry. Charlie, was that your first car?
I'm sorry, sir,
Was
I
that your
didn't hear
first
that.
car, a 1930 Model A?
I'm sorry?
I have to tell you, Brent wanted me to ask you that. Then we have a 1935 Chevrolet sedan driven by Joe Moles. And here we go with the Capital Cablevision van, and they're saying that the TV parade will be broadcast again on WPBY Sunday, August 24th at 10, and then Monday, August 25th at 9:30 p.m.
Once again, Capital Cablevision doing so much to bring this parade to you and to participate in the Regatta Festival. We can't thank them enough.
That's right. And right behind them, the
John Scott's done a terrific job with the Regatta
with the whole
with this whole activity.
That's right. Here comes Sissonville, Charlie. Sissonville Junior High School Band. Their mascot is the Trojans. And I have to tell you something. I called the director, and her name's Felicia Thomas. She's been there 1.5 weeks. She's a recent graduate of WVU, and she was in the marching band at WVU. So this little gal has really come into this band pretty quickly.
The head majorette is Stephanie Taylor. Field commander is Michael Shank. There are 7 members of the Flag Corps, headed by Don Drippy. And as Sarah has promised, the sun has come over the courthouse, and it is shining on us now. The temperatures, of course, go up. That happens each time the sun comes out, I suppose.
You know, that's a bright observation,
You can notice it
Charlie.
already that it's a lot hotter here on the parade route.
That's right. I'm glad we're into the shade. And this umbrella, I understand, was provided by the Charleston Tennis Club.
And we thank them for it.
Definitely, right now especially. Rain or shine, we thank them for it. Here comes the Ladies Oriental Shrine Float.
The Blue and Gold Patrol drill team will lead the float and will be dressed, or is leading the float and is dressed in Mexican costumes. This is a south of the border float that we'll be seeing coming up. But right now, the Blue and Gold Patrol drill team. We saw these ladies last year, and they were something else.
That's right. The float was designed by Agnes Samples. A lot of these members have on Mexican costumes.
They're having, obviously, a very good time.
Yeah, they're great.
Talk about your precision drills.
That's right. You know, Charlie, some of the members will be in, like I say, in Mexican costumes, but the real thing will be on the float. They will have live cactuses designed by Agnes Samples. There are painted men in sombreros. Charlie, painted men.
I've heard of painted ladies, but never painted men.
And you know what else they're going to have? Real carnations, real vines, and real flowers. Lots of Mexican paraphernalia all over the boat. Beautiful.
Very pretty. Very colorful. Real carnations, vines, flowers.
There's the Blue Knights, Charlie. That's the Blue Knights is an international motorcycle club for law enforcement officers. Club was, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, it was formed in June of 1985.
This is the second year they participated in the Regatta Grand Feature Parade. The president of the club is Jerry Polly of the Charleston Police Department. The vice president is Jim Spriggs of the West Virginia State Police.
You know, Charlie, this next group coming up is hilarious. It's Joy 101 radio station, the WJYP band. It's a 101-piece marching band. They're all playing radios.
And I guess the radios are all tuned to Joy 101, I suppose.
I think that is the best idea yet. You know, they're walking along with their radios.
Well, this has been done in cities around the country, and I think in South Charleston they said they did it first.
I think so.
You just tune in the radio station, everybody has their boom box, and they call it in some areas a boom box parade.
Oh, that is hilarious. The crowd is loving this. Each one of them has a radio. I love it. That is really funny.
And the message they have is joy.
And it certainly is. And they're singing, too.
Now, this band has been recognized nationally, we are told.
I could believe it. Certainly not for their precision walking, mostly for their joy, I would imagine.
And for their mastery of the instruments which they play.
That's a great radio station, too. They play some beautiful music. Very contemporary.
The Hinton High School Marching Band. The director is Mark Schrader, a 56-member band, all the way from Hinton, West Virginia.
That's right.
Down in Summers County.
They've received a first-place rating in the State Area Band Festival in Bluefield.
This band has traveled a long distance to be in this parade, obviously. Because when you're in Summers County and down in Hinton, you're not too far from Virginia.
That's right. It's a good-looking band.
I think I could boogie to that.
Uh-oh, Charlie's dancing now. It's your turn. Charlie, there's Appearance Without Partners float, and they're calling it the Love Boat. How appropriate. Kanawha Valley Chapter number 307, in which there are 300 members. President is Irma Sweeney, and it's an international organization with outlets in Australia and Mexico.
The group educates families on how to deal with the emotional trauma that results from losing a parent. Children are offered activities such as skiing and bowling, and the organization presents college scholarships to kids who need it.
This float was organized by Dorothy Sumner, and it took 3 months to complete. There are about 50 people on the float. Lots of kids. It's beautiful, all the big paper flowers. Here we have a car from the Kanawha Valley Corvette Club. Matter of fact, that's a 1984 racing car driven by Doug Duran, and he has won 16 straight autocross races. There's a 1967 Vette with Bill Woods as the driver, and then we have an orange 1970 Vette with the driver T.B. Humphreys. Corvette Club, again, will be active in the car shows that come up next weekend. And I like the license plate on the one. The license plate says Boogie.
That Corvette car show is on Monday, September 1 from 8 o'clock a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Capitol Complex parking lot. Those are beautiful automobiles.
There's that 1970 Vet driven by T.B. Humphreys. That's gorgeous.
Again, a bit of a lull on the parade route, but we can see in the distance another one of those giant balloons that
coming down.
does so much for this parade. Should point out that at 1 o'clock this afternoon on the river, the first ever speedboat race to be sanctioned as part of the Sternwheel Regatta Festival. The race, sponsored by the Great Canal River Navy and Central Distributing, may become a preliminary event to a national championship racing competition. I'm told, sir, that the Canal River has conditions that are excellent for racing of that type, since the key to speed and safety is calm water, and the Canal River provides such conditions because it's relatively deep and is protected by the valley surrounding it.
I didn't realize that, Charlie. I wondered whether they'd be able to take the speedboats down that river. It always seems rough to me, but then I guess I'm just a wimp when it comes to the boating atmosphere. I like it quiet.
I think we're going to be able to go down to April Robertson and talk with some more folks along the parade route. April?
Charlie, I actually found a few people to talk to me now. Hi, you guys. Tell me, are you enjoying the parade?
It's great. It's great.
What's been your favorite thing so far?
I think the gymnastics float.
That was a
really
real
cute.
neat one,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
How about you? What did you like?
Gymnastics, too.
You like them, too? And you? Are you enjoying the bands? They're pretty good this year.
Really, I'm enjoying it all. This is my second year down here, and I love all of it.
Great. Thanks for coming out and talking to me.
Thank you.
There's a balloon, Charlie. Another balloon coming down. Industrial balloon number 6. And something tells me that's the airplane.
This is the airplane. I think we heard a roar a while ago going over. Obviously, this was the jet that was coming into the parade route.
Just landed. And on those wheels, Charlie, I don't think I'd want to land. Ooh, it's coming right at us, as a matter of fact.
I think he's practicing touch and goes here
off course.
on Virginia Street.
Chuck Yeager would be proud, right? Oh, goodness.
Well, I see a number of people that have participated in putting this regatta together, standing along the parade route. Just across is Ted Platts of Key Centurion.
That's right.
Who is standing not far from Charleston National Bank. Just to the rear of us here, Ed Esposito, that we mentioned earlier.
That's right. My Clark Sons was Ed today. He comes in each year for the regatta. And,
is that right?
Yeah. And I think he enjoys it just as much as the mayor does.
I know a lot of people have come in also, Sarah, for specifically for the funeral parade.
That's right.
Which takes place during the regatta next Saturday, I believe.
My goodness, Carly, who is coming? It looks like
this is the Elkview Junior High School band.
My gosh, they've got a big crowd of fans here. They're directed by Kevin Miller. He's a substitute teacher this year because their regular director, Kathy Coyle, is on a year's leave of maternity. I spoke with her the other night, and her baby was crying in the background. Not that it was a bad child, believe me. No. They're called the Elk Herd, and Kathy has really directed them to several very excellent positions. They received second place award in last year's parade, first place the year before. Kathy has something to be proud of. They'll be in their summer uniforms, shorts and tops. The field commander is Melanie Richmond, and there are 70 members in the band. The co-head majorettes, Charlie, are Kim Taylor and Angie Dodd.
The funeral parade, which will take place, I believe it's next Saturday in Charleston. It grows each year as more people become aware of the festivities. The Olympia Brass Band, of course, is the center part of that. It's the oldest and most active band of its type in the country. And Canal Banking and Trust is sponsoring an Olympia Brass Band concert at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday, August 30th, next Saturday at the KB&T Plaza, which is exactly where we're sitting at this time.
That's right, right here. And there's the Soapbox Derby float. You know, the Kanawha Valley Soapbox Derby Association is quite an active group in our valley, and we've got the two winners. The junior division winner is Chad Taylor, and the senior division winner is Jason Fisher of Nitro.
Well, I know Bill Kelly of WTBY is going to be interested to see that.
That's right.
Bill Kelly is a person who has done so much for the soapbox derby over the years, committing a tremendous amount of time.
You know, it's interesting. The Derby group paired well this year in Akron at the finals. Each of our division champions won their first heat. As a matter of fact, Jason Fisher, our senior division champion, lost to the eventual winner.
Let's go down to April Robertson again. April?
Hi, we've got some little boys here to talk to. Are you guys enjoying the parade?
Yeah.
What have you liked so far?
We like the Lincoln band.
Did you? How about the bands? Are they pretty good?
Yeah. My sister was in the Lincoln band.
Was she? Well, they're doing a real fine job. How about you guys over here? Are you having a good time too?
Yep.
How about you? Are you having a good time?
Yeah.
Real good. Charlie?
April, the regatta means so much to children. The Charleston Sternwheel Regatta Festival traces its roots back to a 12-year-old boy who envisioned sternwheelers churning the waters of the Great Kanawha River. His name, Nelson Jones, and that dream became a reality, but the impact of his vision was too great for anyone to have ever imagined. The Roosevelt Junior High School Band now approaching within camera range.
That's right. The director, Mike Pierce, is in his 4th year. He formerly taught in Hazard County, Kentucky. He's a graduate of Marshall. Another Marshall grad, Charlie, coming down to watch their alma mater play later. Principal down there is Patricia Petty, and there are 70 members in the band. 12 in the auxiliary unit. The head majorette is Jenny Scott, and she is the daughter of Bob Scott, who's the band director at Stonewall Jackson High School. Feature twirler is... Let's see, the feature twirler is Meredith Spangler. Field commander is Allison Bearfield, and the flag captain is Melissa Morrison.
And who is the character? Did you mention?
You know, I'm not sure, Charlie, and I don't know if I want to guess on that one. They must be the pirates. That's all I can think of.
I think it's Captain Hook.
That's right. You know, Charlie, I just had a fan from the audience come up and say that he was hoping that WPBY reached their goal this year. You know, they've been having their telethons on weekends, and somebody just came and gave a thumbs up to the telethon for WPBY. So we have to put in our plug for our favorite station.
Good. So the friends of WPBY are out there in numbers.
That's right.
And they're along this parade route, and I'm sure that they will continue to support this effort in broadcasting.
That's right.
As the wind blows and many of our papers begin to take flight.
That's right. As a matter of fact, Charlie, right in front of us is the U.S. Postal Service float. It's a sternwheeler with children on board. Children are dressed as postal employees. Lots of little mailmen down there.
Sternwheeler red, white, and blue, which we would assume would be the colors, covered with paper flowers.
Look at that. Parcel post, express mail, pre-sort, and zip 4.
Many of the Postal Service phrases printed on the side of the float.
That's great.
Rain, snow, sleet, hail, the float will always come down Virginia Street.
Look at those neat bikes.
And now, Sarah, the Marshall University Marching Band approaching, now approaching Court Street and on Virginia Street. When they near the reviewing stand, I'm sure we'll hear some of those marvelous sounds from the Marshall University Marching Band.
You know, Charlie, we had a late entry in here, the Kanawha City Lions Club float, which sponsors the Art and Craft Show that will be held at the Civic Center each year, the Capital City Art and Craft Show. Kanawha City Lions.
Now passing in front of our reviewing stand,
That's right.
Sarah.
There they are on
There
the
is
TV.
the official reviewing stand, and then our reviewing stand, which is
pseudo-official.
yes, which is located here in the KB&T Plaza.
Yeah, we have a nice view of everything. The Marshall University big green marching machine coming down. Now, Charlie, at the end of this whole thing, there's a band festival where all these high school and junior high bands can learn a little bit from watching the large band, Marshall.
The Marshall University Band appears courtesy of Key Centurion Bank Shares. You see that on the banner preceding the Marshall University Marching Band. And the band is directed by Dr. Richard Lemke. The assistant director is Ben Miller. The drum majors are Leo Ruth and Scott Woodard.
As I understand from the festival photographer that the Marshall University Band will be playing at 2 o'clock today at Lately Field. So for all of those of you out there who would like to come down and see the Marshall Band, 2 o'clock at Lately Field.
Courtesy once again of Key Centurion Bank Shares.
The drum majors are Leo Ruth and Scott Woodard. And did you know that this band has members from West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, all over the country? North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, Vermont, and New York. How's that?
Gee, on October 13th, they'll perform at Riverfront Stadium on Monday Night Football. The game is between the Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers, so we'll want to be tuned in for that.
Yeah, 9 o'clock game. Again, I'd like to mention the fact that this is sponsored in part not only by WPBY, but by Capital Cablevision. And the parade chairman, Al Fry, float chairman, Roy Brewer, and they've been very active in organizing this whole parade.
Should mention that the Regatta Committee consists of the KB&T Center, Bodie Fit Company, Atlas Scaffolding, Charleston Tennis Club, and the City of Charleston. Participating in all of this activity around this parade, obviously.
That's right, and this is only the start to a very big week of regatta activities. 16th birthday. Charlie, do you think it's been a good start for the next 16 to come?
I think so, obviously. Fantastic beginning. Can't ask for anything more on a day like today.
Once again, I predicted the sun would shine over the courthouse, and it has here in front of the City Hall. And we're right across again from John Shanklin Park, which is the heartbeat of the regatta throughout the next 10 days.
Let's listen for a moment to the Marshall University Marching Band. That pretty much winds it up. A great finish with the Marshall University Marching Band.
Once again, Charlie, do you feel like, wait a minute, Bess Meyerson, and who's the other one that's always doing the parades at the Macy's Day?
I think it's Popeye.
I think you're right. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of you. No, actually, Charlie, it's been very nice with WPBY and Capital Cablevision sponsoring this parade and broadcasting it live.
April Robertson is on the street. Our thanks to her for participating with us. Sorry about faulty microphone at the beginning of the parade. Our thanks to all of you for viewing. And as Sarah said, thanks to WPBY, thanks to Capital Cablevision, thanks to Goofy, and to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahan. And now we have Mr. Al Fry, Kanawha County Instrumental Music Supervisor, who will lead the 11 bands in playing our national anthem. Mr. Fry.